Hi, this is Donna. We're going to talk about home pool options in Houston, Texas. First thing we're going to talk about is HOAs. Now, a lot of HOA communities have in-ground pools as part of the community. Larger communities even have lazy rivers and other splash areas for the younger kids, and even small shallow pools for the younger kids and lap pools for the bigger kids. Some have swim teams and swim lessons throughout the year. So if you're looking for a home with a pool and finding one in your backyard to purchase, or you're concerned about kids and pets falling in, the Home Owners Association Community Pool is a great option, and there's tons of HOAs here, and that's one of the benefits of being in an HOA. You don't have to maintain the pool, and your yearly fees help maintain that pool. The other option, which other people prefer, is buying a home with a pool in the backyard already. It could be an in-ground pool, it could be an above-ground pool. Now, most HOAs only allow in-ground pools, so there's quite a few options for in-ground pool homes in the Houston area because it does get hot in the summer. Some HOAs do allow above-ground pools to be placed in the backyard. Always check with the HOA first to see if that's acceptable. Usually if other homes have above ground pools in the backyard, it's grandfathered in as part of the HOA, but never assume. Make sure you find out the information for the HOAs before you go into contract and make an offer. You can also buy a home with room to build a pool and then purchase an in-ground pool and have it built. They are pricey. It's cheaper to just buy a pool that's already in the backyard, and it costs to maintain, but it's going to be a lot less throughout a good 5, 10 year or 15-year period compared to purchasing a brand new pool and putting it in your backyard. And the other thing is local water parks. Now, I know during COVID, it's not really cool to be going to places with lots of people, but eventually once COVID is managed, it will be a great option. There are a lot of water parks in Houston, Galveston, and other areas that are easy and accessible to drive to. So that will be a great option. The other thing is when you have a pool in your backyard, whether it's an in-ground or above-ground pool, know that when you have an in-ground pool, you can get a pool person to maintain the chemicals and clean the pool. But if you have an above-ground pool, a lot of pool people do not like to maintain the chemicals and clean those pools for money, I guess it's liability issue. I came across that problem once when I had an above ground pool. So if you have an above ground pool, you have to maintain it yourself, which is okay. There's lots of YouTube videos to help you out with that, and Leslie's. So it's a great option, especially with above ground pools being so much cheaper to buy and place in your backyard and take out whenever you want to, and also maintain and fix is also much cheaper. Let's see. The other thing is in Houston, when it gets really, really hot in the summer, the pool can get warm and uncomfortable. So what I do is I swim in the evening, depending on how the sun sets in your yard, or you want to swim in the morning before noon or late in the evening. The other thing is if you buy a pool or get a pool with a water fountain, like a big water fountain coming down, that cools and aerates a pool. You could also get an aerator you can put in yourself or have somebody do it. Not the little fountain ones, but from the outlets you can screw in, attach little tubing and put in like a sprayer that sprays into the pool, like a lot of water, not a little. And that definitely helps aerate the pool, bring down the temperature a bit so it's much more comfortable. So in the summertime, you also want to run your pool more so it's continually, moving, because that helps with the temperature and keeping the chemicals balanced. You will have that pH constantly rising, but nothing that some granules can't fix, and just monitoring that chemical base every day. The other thing is when you purchase a house that doesn't have a pool, check with the HOA and the rules on how to put a pool in. If you're wanting to put a pool in the backyard, know what your survey available space actually is, because there's like no build zones, usually so many feet behind the fence and sometimes on the sides. So getting that all worked out before you consider buying a piece of land. Like, even if you have to have a pool contractor guy come out there and check the surveys and know your space, make sure that's all squared away before you make an offer. If you want to put, like I said earlier, if you want to put an above ground pool, check with the HOA rules. If there's no HOA, obviously, you're going to be able to do that, but always check with the land rules when you purchase a property, even in a non-HOA zone. Sometimes the community or that land has, things attached to it that says you can or cannot do certain things within a certain limitation. And that's about it. Other than finding yourself a home with a pool, you look on the internet and figure out what you want, spec your areas, and call a realtor. I love pools. They're like super awesome. Above ground pools are great. In-ground pools are great. Community pools are awesome, and I love water parks. So pool options, you gotta have lots of them in Houston, because it gets hot and you want to cool off, even if it's a sprinkler system. Hope everyone has a great day. Bye.